Welcome and good morning to another edition of the Friday Morning Commute. This is your host, Rovin Doug. And yes, I forgot my jacket this morning. It happens. Makes me very sad, but I was rushing to get the girls out the door and everything. So, welcome, Mr. Texas Leo. It is a pleasure to have you on the show this morning. I hope you enjoy yourself. Oh, not much. We're about to talk about what the fabulous bringer of salt, the bringer of Xurios, and all that other fun jazz has brought for us today. So, that's right, we're talking about Xur, our favorite agent of the Nine. This week, for Titans, he's brought the Eternal Warrior helmet, which looks pretty sweet. I mean, if you really don't mind the creepy face on it, it's really cool. Then we have the Knucklehead Radar helmet for Hunters, the Obsidian Mind helmet for Warlocks, specifically Voidlocks, if you happen to be of that persuasion. Then, if you've been missing the ability to have the last word in conversations, especially in Crucible, it is your lucky day because we have the last word as the exotic weapon this week for everyone. And then, last but not least, we have the Legacy Exotic Heavy Weapon Engram as the Legacy Engram this week. Remember, Legacy Engrams are only for Year 1 exotics that you currently don't own. They're weighted towards that end of the spectrum, so don't expect to get a Year 2 equivalent unless by chance you get a Year 1 exotic that has a Year 2 equivalent that you can purchase. So, moving on, Bungie's update this week is fairly con-specific, talking about PAX West and all the fun goodies that will be going on there. If you're in the region, I highly suggest going just to see what Bungie's new Crucible game type looks like, Supremacy. It appears to be very interesting from what I've seen. I've not seen too much life and busy and all that sort of stuff, but I'm really excited about the changes that Bungie has the ability to make going towards Destiny 2, removing the last gen consoles, as well as kind of prepping everyone for big things ahead. Because I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of big changes come with Rise of Iron, and I'm really excited about that. Now, aside from the Bungie weekly update, we do have the fact that we're now in the Moments of Triumph crunch. We are in the last week of the first week of the final rotation. So, the way that it lands is we have Golgoroth challenge mode this week for the King's Fall challenge mode. And this is also the start of the last week of the Tier 3 rotations for Court of Oryx. So if you don't have your Golgoroth challenge mode, like this guy, and if you don't have any of your Tier 3, like this guy, you're in a pickle because you need to get on that this instant. Now, if you're looking for the Crucible Mountaintop achievement as well, you're in luck this week. It has the elimination that will probably go away after about noon. Make way for Trials of Osiris. Essentially the same thing, different flavor, and you can get better rewards from Trials of Osiris through the bounties and the different packages from the bounties, as well as, if you happen to make it to 7 wins, you get a gold package automatically. So you have a chance kind of at making lots of fun stuff. And I'm really excited to try and play some Crucible this weekend. I need to get my elimination game on hardcore, both on my PlayStation as well as my Xbox. With that being said, check your local LFG if you're missing any of the challenge modes moving forward. And if you need runes, well, I hope you get to enjoy farming them, because those are not easy to come by at all. Thankfully, on my PlayStation, I did pick up one, and on my Xbox, I have 2, but that means I need to find 2 more antiquated runes on my PlayStation and one more antiquated on my Xbox, and then be able to charge them. So that's really the difficulty with these challenges, is having the team and then making sure you can do them. So we'll see. But all in all, it'll be fun. Except, I have this one thing happening in my life really soon. As most of you probably already know, my wife and I are pregnant. Well, I shouldn't say my wife and I. My wife is pregnant. And she's had to deal with me through it, so. But we are actually, tomorrow will be 39 weeks along. If you don't know, a normal term pregnancy is 40 weeks, about 9 months. And we've actually almost made it, which is amazing considering some of the history of our previous 4 pregnancies. So we're really excited. We're actually going in on Monday, Labor Day in the United States, to be induced to have this baby. My wife has been battling contractions and onset preterm labor for 19 weeks, almost half her pregnancy, if not a little bit more. So yes, we're going to have labor on Labor Day. It's going to be amazing, but it's really going to put a serious time crunch on me to get things done. Now, it gives me a time crunch to get things done for this week. It gives me a little bit of time to farm for antiquated runes next week, because I'm taking all of next week off, so I'll have plenty of time between taking care of the baby, letting it sleep on me, and trying to video game to try to get the antiquated runes for the tier 2 or tier 3 boss next week in Court of Oryx, and complete the mountaintop and everything else. It's really insane. Good morning, LA. I hope you're having a wonderful time. But all in all, it's going to be a very interesting time. Like, you don't know how crazy it's going to be. But I'm really excited. Especially since I have a feeling I'm not going to complete my Moments of Triumph. I'm like almost certain of it. It makes me really sad. But it's just something that, as an adult that has responsibilities, you choose whether you complete the video game responsibilities or whether you complete the life responsibilities. And I'm not married to a video game. I will definitely let you know, LA. Had a good friend on PlayStation 4 say, hey, if I need help to let him know. So we shall see. It'll be really nice. The only difficulty comes to getting this week's stuff done by Sunday night, and that way on Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'm not preoccupied as my wife is giving birth and we're enjoying time with little guy before we bring him home. So we're hoping with the delivery everything goes well, that my wife will be able to deliver our baby boy. Our first pregnancy that was full term plus a week, so 41 weeks, ended up with her having a C-section. So if that's the case, it's going to make it even more difficult for my wife to recover from. And not that it would be... No, it's terrible. A C-section, while a great medical invention, is still not something I think you should ever want, especially for your significant other. And it's definitely something I don't wish my wife to have again. There is an increased chance of risk since my wife is attempting what's called a VBAC, or a vaginal birth after cesarean. So we'll see how this goes. My wife has had 3 VBACs, but each of the babies were preemies, essentially, or late-term preemies. So we'll see. The doctor feels that we shouldn't have too much of an issue, but we will see. It's just super nerves are starting to creep up. I'm like, okay, I've been good all this pregnancy, and now I'm starting to slightly go. But once it's all said and done, we'll be happy, and the lack of sleep will be worth it for the first 6 months until little guy starts sleeping through the night and all that other fun jazz. But we're really, really excited. I think, moving back towards Destiny talk, on my Xbox, I know I need to finish the exotic sword quest on my Xbox and PlayStation. I've got all the way up to just the special Sun Cell Strike quest, or Sun Cell Strike, where you have to kill the Warden. I've got the Solar Warden on Xbox I need to kill, and I've got the Arc Warden on PlayStation I need to kill. On PlayStation, I am now up to 41 fragments, which is awesome. I'm missing 1 for Tier 2 Court of Oryx, all 3 Tier 3 Court of Oryx, and then War Priest and Golgi and 2 other raid ones. So if the math added up, I'm at 41 out of 50 with just those 9 remaining. I need to, if I can get Golgi done, and now that I have an antiquated for my PlayStation account, get this week's Tier 3 done, I can switch to Xbox and worry about Xbox and try to get him caught up. Tidbit: I've got male characters on my, I've got a male warlock on my Xbox, that's my main, and then I've got a female warlock on my PlayStation, that's my main. The reason I did that is I saw, I want to say it was Gathalion or Probro, Professor Broman, who did kind of the same thing. I was like, oh, that's a great way to distinguish which console you're on. You know, it's one of those subtle hints that, you know, maybe if someone's paying attention, they go, oh, okay, different console, different gender, that works. But my hunter, if I create a PlayStation hunter, will be male, because my hunter on Xbox is female, as an attempt to get my wife to play Destiny. She's not a really big first-person shooter video gamer. She's more into like Sims and simulation games, but she did, I will give her credit, she created the character. She went through the first mission, and then she went through the second mission to get the warp drive. Yeah, I think. And she did it all by herself. I was there watching her, kind of giving her tips, but she played it by herself, and I'm sure if I were to put her back in it, she would still be as lost as when she tried it the first time. But I was really impressed. Very, very, very impressed. Which makes me really excited. Hopefully after the moments of triumph calm down, I will delve more into No Man's Sky. I'm really excited. It's a fun game, even with its shortcomings. Believe me, I'm not blind to all what's going on in that realm of No Man's Sky. But I'm excited to do it in a different medium, in a different format. I'm tempted to stream it, but kind of solo stream it, and chronicle my journey on YouTube, similar to what I do with this Periscope, and have its own playlist. That way, we're able to... Bright light, my goodness. Of course the sun wants to come out now. That way we're able to, kind of share our journey together, but also go back and see it. So I haven't decided fully on that, but I'm worried about the moment to triumph first, so we'll see where that gets us. I'm here at the office, so we'll go back through what our wonderful salt cellar has for us this week. So for the Titans, we have the Eternal Warrior helmet. For the Hunters, we have the Knucklehead radar. For Warlocks, we have the Obsidian Mind, especially if you are of the Voidlock persuasion. Last word for everyone, so if you've ever wanted to have the last word in Crucible, now you have the chance. And then if you're missing any Year 1 heavy weapons, Xur is selling the Legacy Exotic Heavy Weapon Engram, but remember, it's only for Year 1 exotics that you currently don't own, and then if you own them all, it's just a waste. So, nah, I guess 30 strange coins for a exotic shard, maybe a good exchange rate, I don't know. All that being said, thanks again for stopping by. My name is Rovan Doug. If you want to see me on any other avenue, you can follow me here on Periscope, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch as well as Twitter, all under the same username, Rovan Doug. Again, thanks for stopping by, Texas Leo. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys Starside Guardians. Bye.